Oh, and wasting no time, jumping in right away.
Indeed, Remo, let's get it on. The fight for survival in yet another best of 3. Whoever wins this faces Soin. Whoever loses this is out. And especially for LawLiet, being in grand finals of such prestigious tournaments like DreamHack Grand Finals, Rara Land, War 3 Champions Finals, eliminated here in the round of 16 would be quite a slap in the face for Ice Orc. I think participating in this tournament is already very, very nice. He probably didn't expect that for himself, and making it one round further is a nice little bonus.
And we're starting out with some pretty nice items as well for both players. We have Slippers on the Demon Hunter and a one-off Mana Steel, which could be nice, and the Scourge Bone Chimes, the big aura for the Orc. Demon Hunter with a speedy start, already level 2.5, and a Blade Master now showing up. Every last hit matters. It's an easy one for the Blade, but the Demon with a nice little jump start here.
Yeah, both heroes seem content to win this one-on-one. I don't know if that's that great for the Demon Hunter, but okay. Heal Self can be applied, Moon Juice can be used, and then everybody is back to full health again. We have a tier 2 tech on LawLiet's side, plus the Shadow Priest and the Berserker. Very important to get that one out. Ice Orc also teching, not forgetting about burrows or anything, so we're charging up for tier 2.
Yeah, on this map, the Night Elves are oftentimes a bit harder to predict. Obviously, we can see it's no Keeper already. Keeper Hunt's expansion seems to be pretty hard to pull off on this map. The Demon Hunter oftentimes the hero of choice, like we see here. And the Demon means something else. No Hunt's expansion, but rather a different tech trade. What's that gonna be? Talons could be played, but it's not the best map for Talons. You can easily get creepjacked on tier 2, and also the nature of the map is such that everything is wide open terrain. Not what the Talons like so much. So this is the one map where Bears, I feel like, look the strongest for Night Elf.
Okay, they can of course be snagged by Kodos, can be intercepted with Ensnare and then focused down, especially with Walkers. So we'll see if Ice Orc goes the Lin route with Walkers, or if it's gonna be Shaman. The decision has to be made quickly. No mercenaries up for grabs, so roaming Demon Hunter. It's not too often you see that.
Yeah, he got the level 3 very early, and now he can apply some pressure. He doesn't have the typical level 2 mana burn build, where now he could erase all the mana. No, he has Immolation, which means he can stack up the damage high. If this game goes long, we can marvel at the damage numbers. It's already 3,000 for the Demon. It might get more, and the peons, feel the burn.
Oh, that stings indeed. One peon down. In a moment where you really want to get your tier 2 buildings out, Ice Orc is busy at the shop, creeping this one, so LawLiet exploiting a fine timing just when the Shadow Hunter is not on the field. We see a Beastmaster, we see an expansion, so this is Talon's Expo.
Okay, interesting. No bear play. LawLiet feeling here once again that the lowers are too hard to make work. Expansion is on the way, and of course in a huge map like this, it's very hard to scout everything. Perhaps even impossible to scout everything. But Ice Orc is going for the right tech. He's got the Shadow Hunter. I guess you could also argue you can go for a TC. Both heroes are fine, but most importantly, he's playing Walkers. Spirit Walkers from the Torrent Totem will soon be added in.
Okay. Wow, what a greedy build by LawLiet. His entire game is basically on the back of this Demon Hunter. There's nothing else really, except a handful of mercs, and now, of course, the Beastmaster could have maybe been exploited a little more by Ice Orc, as we worry a bit for this engine of war. But yeah, Raiders are coming, healing in progress, no boots or anything, but we have the staff for mobility, and the tech is unfolding for LawLiet as well. His weak phase is about to be over, but thanks to that expansion, these talents are late.
And there's still an opportunity for Ice Orc to punish. He needs to creep the Shadow Hunter hard now, get level 3, creep the expansion, and he could look for a strong timing. That expansion was about 400 gold not going into army. This will be noticeable for LawLiet if he is forced to take a fight. But right now, Ice Orc isn't ready yet. The Shadow Hunter wasn't creeping too fast. He's gonna get level 2, sure, after this camp he's taking right now, but he's level 3 really to be very strong. And the Beastmaster seems to have a little lead already over the Shadow.
Okay then. Yeah, this is a little weird for Ice Orc, isn't it? So far, he's mostly played against Standard, and he was doing really fine for a long time before the skills of the other players surpassed him a little bit. Now things are weird. This is not Standard at all, so I'm very much looking forward to Ice Orc's adaptations.
Some good items for Ice Orc, certainly. Scourge Bone Chimes earlier. Pen of Energy also can be really good, especially with mana potions. He sold the other item from the shop that he crept, you know, a minute ago. It may have been a second Scourge Bone Chimes. I'm not quite sure, but whatever it was, one of them was sold. Has it been scouted? Has the blade seen the expansion? He's got the level 2 Windwalk, but I'm not certain that he was up there.
He was close, but he has an idea that something's up. Going into the main base now. Talents still need master training. It's only the adept that is finishing now. But Lowlight's hero's looking good. The expansion will work out. And not too many raiders, as this is a standard raider walker build. So the lane game not as strong as we've seen it before. Talents of course protected in the base. And yeah, Ice Orc, you need a bit better scouting apparently.
Yeah, we saw the confirmation. Now he doesn't know what's going on in the north. The Blade Master was creeping or scouting the left-hand side. If he knew what's going on in the north, there would be no need to do this. And Lowlight just keep creeping. About to double level up on his heroes. There's the Beast Master level 3 and the Zoe Mask. I think that's actually a great item for him. There's going to be so many Quill Beasts that he can summon. Demon almost level 4. Needs one more kill to grab it. But perhaps a good timing for Ice Orc. The units for Lowlight and the tech isn't quite ready. Lowlight has to TP out. He lost the... No, didn't lose the Berserker.
He did.
He had 2?
Yeah. He did. Yeah. That helped with creeping, of course. And now their time is almost over. You want to rotate them out anyway. 4 more talents. And Ice Orc goes for the red before attacking the expansion. Wants to work on level 3 for strongest Serpent Wards. His inventory is already really good. Especially that big Invo potion on the blade can make a difference.
Yeah, this could certainly be worth it. Pick up the item, go over to the green after, get the level 3. That's the second item. If he knows about the expansion, but I'm still not sure that he does. About Darkness. Pretty nice against the Talons. And also, you know, it's plus 6 damage. It's not that bad.
And it does block the spell shield, Remo. Did you know?
I'm still not sure that I believe it, but sure.
We tested it, bruh.
I didn't see evidence.
Jesus Christ. Such a contrarian. Anyway, this will be a lot of skeletons if the Blade Master has a connection. Shadowhunter a little bit out of position thanks to the Cyclone. Tinker comes out and LawLiet playing a little Moon-esque here on Moon Meadows with the second expansion coming up.
It just looks like Ice Orc has no idea about this expansion. He should be the aggressor right now. But I guess without adept training, he certainly can't do it. Has to wait right now for the upgrade. A lot of orcs have been delaying this adept training upgrade, right? On the walkers.
Yeah. A little bit more.
If this is the perfect way to do it. Alright, now the blade knows. Finally scouted it. But it's a bit late.
Yep, and he's not here to party. LawLiet willing to fight already a little bit. Nice Cyclone, and of course the surround locks it in. This will take a good 10 seconds, so if you need a sip of coffee, do it now. Another talent falls to the Raider though. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Still, taking that Berserker is grand. Tinker third, obviously. And the Night Elf stays 1 base ahead.
LawLiet here certainly looking in a pretty fine spot. But also perhaps feeling a bit of pressure to get stuff done right now. This Night Elf army is really good with fairly strong heroes and around 50 to 60 supply. If we go super late game, go for crazy big armies, like 70 supply and maybe even more, it can be very tough to keep these Talons alive against a huge Orc army. So I would say LawLiet now wouldn't be ill-advised to go for some aggression, look for a fight. But of course, Ice Orc can always disengage with the Ensnares, with a Disenchant, maybe with Speed Scroll. And Ice Orc is looking unwilling to take a fight right now.
Yeah, he does kill 2 Talons in the main base though. That was maybe a little sloppy there. Could have used Crow form, but Raider has the net already in his hands. Repair is necessary. Another Wisp is falling. The Quillbees saw the expansion, so LawLiet knows, but it's kind of fine as it's still 3 base versus 2 base. And Ice Orc running away, buying time for this little poke in the main.
Shadowrunner is getting caught here with the rest of the army. At some point, he may have to TP out, but the expansion was set up.
He TP'd out.
There's the TP now.
Already. Oh, you're far behind, my friend. I'm streaming at Discord in case you want to catch up a little. Away we go, onto the grunt. That thing will melt in a second thanks to the magic damage of talents against the heavy armor. And we just go straight for the stronghold. Not the greatest damage, of course, with piercing damage and magic damage. Fairy Fire applied. Blade Master sees this expansion upper right. We have no Nature's Blessing. More raiders for Ice Orc, 600 gold. Spirit Link on the repairing peons. This isn't working out for LawLiet, is it? It's just a lot of repair cost.
Could try to take them out, especially with Immolation. You have a good weapon against it, but the Demon Hunter's mana isn't really where it needs to be. So much repair. It seems like Ice Orc should be able to hold on here pretty easily. He's in position for the counterattack. LawLiet being back. And Ice Orc still not willing to fight? Or
Shadow Hunter surrounded immediately after the Cyclone. That didn't work out too well. And another expansion for LawLiet. Oh my god, how many wisps? He has 22 wisps already. That is crazy. We also got the late edition Hunter's Hall. This is kind of a new flavor to the talent play. We've never seen this in the past 15 years. But people value Ultra Vision and, of course, the Super Wells with the Tier 3 upgrade. That is glorious. And Ice Orc, he's towering up. He's going for melee attack upgrades and the next red spot. But LawLiet is right at his heels. Oh, this is dangerous. There's the town portal again, but you don't really want to lose 3 town portals in just 2 minutes. That's 1,000 gold. He got another Orb of Darkness.
Yep, that's the second. Sold the first one.
Ah.
Perhaps we reconsider trying to keep that one. LawLiet has 20 supply leads. So rich. So many bases sprouting up everywhere. He can go for all the upgrades he wants to. The only thing he's missing is a Shredder, because he never crept the lab. But LawLiet here on the first map looking very much in control.
Exactly. Not the greatest game by Ice Orc in comparison to his group stage. Quilby's constantly doing damage. And he might just knock down this Great Hole at the bottom left if he's willing to trade one base for one base. And I think he has the opportunity. He has 2 more bases running for him. Ice Orc scouting a little bit lackluster here on the big map Twisted Meadows. And here comes the push. Second Quilby's. There's only 1 tower, but you can stay out of range. Raiders do have pillage. They get a little bit of resources. Nature's Blessing is up. And LawLiet responding has this expansion near and dear to his heart.
And again, the Raider is going to back up. Ice Orc looking for whatever he can find to punish. Now he's finally built a bigger army, getting closer to 70. But these Cyclones are always able to catch something and kill something.
Like these 2 Raiders right here. That one surround isn't really close, but he'll figure this out. Tinker level 2 is nice. Wisps in position for even more expansions maybe. As Ice Orc now figures out that there's something happening at the upper left-hand side, but that's 6 supply down the drain. For no exchange, really. LawLiet in full control, but he can't slip. Demon Hunter getting caught. Surrounded immediately. There is an Invo Potion for 7 seconds. And the Tinker is here to the rescue. Critical strike. Invo. Okay, now the rest of the army arrives as well with more summons. And Ice Orc feeling forced to knock down this Pocket Factory first. Beastmaster in trouble. Also no TP. This should be either a TP transfer, but I don't see that. Beastmaster down. Ice Orc with the first bigger exclamation mark of this game.
Demon has to come back and save this fight. Tinker now holding on by himself. The good thing, of course, for LawLiet is he's so rich he can easily afford to rebuild his army. And the Demon Hunter also getting stronger and stronger. The mirror image, again, a strong transition like we've seen many times against Talons before. But now the mana is gone and Ice Orc may have to TP out in the end. Wait, doesn't have a TP though.
Yep, that looks almost like an all-in, but it's a weak one. These Raiders are falling in seconds. Demon Hunter! Town Portal, last second on 30. One more attack would have been his end, but LawLiet's execution quite a bit better than the days before, and he might lose this tree. But at what cost? At the cost of his entire army down to 57, down many bases. LawLiet is so rich he can just jump around, jump up and get down, and I think that's what happens to Ice Orc right here. Not the greatest amount of repair, but he's trapped. There's no way to go.
It seems like Shadowhunters around here could be an easy game winner. The Demon Hunter heals so many times over. The Moonwell's doing a great job. And the Orc doesn't have enough in the tank to do it in the end.
Oh my god, that is just a slaughter at this point. Lowlight with a clean game. Mass expansion, something that Ice Orc did not expect. We're just waiting for the next Cyclone, for the surround. Can he reach? With rockets. Not the greatest disable, but Demon Hunter might just get the kill with Immolation. Level 3 Immolation, by the way. That is a rare sight to see. And I feel like we're just seconds away from GG.
Yeah, burn, baby, burn. We didn't see that many fights this game. Otherwise, the Demon Hunter's damage would have been even way higher. At 17,500, he's not clocking in too poorly either. But Lowlight now, I mean, what can go wrong here? So much gold, so many expansions. Number not an issue either anymore. Heroes are very strong and the talents are doing their job.
He has 5 expansions, Remo. That is a lot of gold. That is 29 wisps for now. That's insane. That's just pure dominance at this point. We see double Chimera Roost, the biggest get out of my game move you can possibly do as a Night Elf.
Yeah, Ice Orc is hoping still to find some kind of a flaw in Lawlight's play and punish him in some way. But Lawlight has gotten so far ahead. In typical Twisted fashion, setting up all these expansions, it's very hard for Orc and also other races to keep up with all these expansions sprouting in the corners. If the Night Elf gets ahead at some point, it can be very tough to deal with him on this map. And Lowlight is also seemingly winning every fight. He's got all the items. His heroes are super strong. Ice Orc is staring down the barrel and is about to go down corner.
Heal scroll, we got rockets again, and makes me happy. Level 2 Chimera could be up as well. This Demon Hunter can probably just solo this entire army with level 5.4. Tinker in a little bit of trouble against the mirror image, but just a tiny little bit. The fairies provide amazing AoE, more magic damage coming from the little Chimera. The Blade Master can't even hide into Witchwalk anymore thanks to the fairy fire and should just die. The Observer seems a little bit overwhelmed, just like Ice Orc. 1-0 for the big favorite, and that was a strong performance by Lowlight for once.
Yeah, very well done. The expansion works out well. The talents here late game coming perfectly into play. And very importantly, Lowlight didn't get complacent, didn't just go creeping, didn't go into PvE mode. No, he chased the Orc around all the time. When the Orc is so fast with the Raiders and he has the base kill potential, you really got to be on your heels ready to react. If you lose your buildings and infrastructure over and over, that's how you lose that game. But Ice Orc was far behind pretty early. I think a big problem was the Shadowhunter creep route was pretty terrible, honestly. It took him forever to get level 3. That is not allowed. That, combined with the fact that he learned about the expansion so late, put him in a very bad spot.
Yeah, not the Ice Orc of last week just yet, but hopefully he can bring this back and make this series a little closer and give us more maps. We have more support. Thank you, Onyx Stone 2, for the 11-month resub. Gotta rise, all the raiders. Well, we did, with the Cyclone high up in the air, and they keep crashing down and all died. Dr. Sirius Raven, thank you for the 41-month resub. That is a long time, and we appreciate you very much.
Thank you, guys. Very much indeed. Support has been marvelous here in the TP League. It would seem like you, just as us, are enjoying these games. One of the hottest tickets of the summer, the TP League. We're going to finalize today our top 8. At the moment, it's looking rough for Ice Orc. But the good news is, for the next map, we're going to go to Turtle Rock. That is his pick, his choice. And oftentimes where Orc can look really convincing in the early game. The Blade Master this time I would expect also to look a lot stronger, with more claws, with more damage. The Blade there on map 1 never looked that impressive, even on level 5.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't really too stacked. I wonder, like, this is a little bit tricky for Lowlight, isn't it? He has to play 2 Orcs back to back if he wins the first series. So how many strategies does he really have? Are you holding back strats now as you feel pretty confident after game 1? Are you still playing the best strategies, banking on the fact that Soen can't counter them either? He has to have an elaborate game plan for today.
Yeah, being up now 1-0, he could also bust out something weird, maybe also to throw Soen off the scent a little bit on the opponent's map. And you know, on Turtle Rock, we have sometimes seen the lores. I've been talking about these damn Ancients of War lores for a week in this matchup, and nobody's playing them. I wonder if at some point someone is going to do it. We shall find out shortly, because it's time now for map 2.
Map 2 indeed, Remo. Turtle Rock. I love this map in this matchup. Provides some banger matches for years. And Lowlight with the lucky spawn for once. The only position where you can creep the orange at first. I'm still hoping for a remap of, or rework of this map to put it up to modern standards. Hopefully the map makers are onto something here. Lowlight 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock for Ice Orc.
Yeah, especially in this matchup, perhaps this is really good because this makes playing a Demon Hunter way easier. If you don't have this spawn, you feel really forced oftentimes to go for Keeper because otherwise creeping is hard. But here, Demon could work out quite nicely.
Ice Orc facing elimination. Demon Hunter it is. On the other side, of course, we stick with the Blade Master, especially on this map where you can snipe the shops, which give you a watch award for the rest of the game, which is insane. It's very nice. So yeah, we have the standard opener on both sides. Let's see who creeps and harasses better.
There's a couple of tricks you can go for on this map. With Moon, I think it was yesterday? No, definitely wasn't yesterday. 2 days ago, I guess. We saw some Murloc creeping with archers, for example, during nighttime. You could try to do that, but what you can't do is rely on Zeppelins. This map has no lab and also no Merc camp. Despite its size, is rather low on neutral buildings.
Yeah, but rich on creeps on the back of the turtle, all the consumables on the outskirts of the map, all the permanent items. So you can make a decision in the mid game what you rather want to have. We start with a claw on the Demon Hunter, absolutely fantastic. And Ice Orc playing Soin-esque, the Blade Master with the Town Portal, rushing across the map, trying to harass, but he sees, you're not going for the turtles. That's a safe creep spot for Lowlight. Can he get all of it? No! Little invite for the Blade.
Yeah, when you go aggressive like this, you want to get at least one last hit. Otherwise, it feels like you just wasted all of your time. And this is something we've been seeing, of course, quite a bit from orcs. Don't go for the shop. Keep the TP. Go for a fast tech instead. And keep pressure on with the Blade Master right away. And this is also where Lowlight's spawn here really works out in his favor. Because he was able to take one of the bigger camps already. If he had been on a different map, or in a different spawning position, rather, he would have less experience here.
But this is looking fine. Does this prevent level 2 if he creeps the turtles? I think
no, it's enough.
No, it's enough?
Yeah, it's enough.
Okay.
You only need the 2 ogres and the turtles to get level 2.
Nice. That is why I have Remo by my side for knowledge like this. Okay, but you can't really afford to lose another turtle here then. And both are playing it very careful. You don't want to expose your wisps to the blade. That was the mistake for many, many elves. And now the base is blocked and everything is a little safer. But the Blade Master, cheeky, trying to start this turtle. Can he prevent the last hit? Nope, Blade Master got it.
And I had to guess a little bit where to go, how to react. He got the item at least. And it's a mantle that is maybe good for the second hero. But he wants some more damage.
Yeah, would have been nice with an immolation build, but we don't have that mana burn this time. Ooh, Engine of War in the back of the shop. Sneaky. I have not seen that before in maybe never.
On the Demon Hunter also with a Telly Staff. Blade Master and Grunt in the main base. Ice Orc needs to do some noticeable damage to keep this game even because there's a big camp being taken out by Lowlight. He's going to get the ward there and has to creep and micro the wisp at the same time.
Stressful, but of course Lowlight, he might have low APM in comparison to other top players, but he makes a lot of right clicks, very little spamming with that. He should be able to save most of it while creeping up. Demon Hunter with that level 2.3. He has a circlet, he has boots, he has the staff, and he's at home to defend.
A couple of really nice positions here with the wisp. We saw one in the corner there on the left side, and on the top right Moonwell also there's a little hidey hole. Very nice base build. over in Georgia, I'm sure that Foggy's taking notes right now, if you didn't know about all these spots already.
Well, Foggy knows every single tree by name in the history of Warcraft 3, I can tell you that much.
I have learned what beeches and oaks and what else? Fir trees are, thanks to Valheim. You see? Video games teaching us so much.
Absolutely wonderful. I can teach you that a katana can apparently cut trees here on Turtle Rock. Nice little harass by Ice Orc. We go for the Ancients of Wind, and the damage doesn't look too bad with the two grunts here. They fought their way in by canceling the shop. The wall off was broken up again, and Ice Orc making some moves. Just gotta be careful to not get killed. Is he getting another cancel? Oi, 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 big delay on the talents.
Yeah, it's one of the big benefits with this build. You have the TP to save your army. If you went for heavy commitment like this without a TP, you could get punished hard. But with the TP, you're very much on the safe side. And this is one of the big upsides of this new Orc build. I've been quite a big fan of this tactical TP play, and that is truly a huge delay on the towns.
Okay, time for the Shadow Hunter to rise up. Time for the Raiders and Walkers to unfold. And Lowlight, for the first time in this series, may be a bit behind.
Blade Master played a very sacrificial role. Doesn't have many items, doesn't have many levels, but did mess with LawLiet clearly. Who now, though, gets up the tech, gets up the creeping. And in fact, there's tons of creeps left on the map.
And one of them is about to be stolen by this Blade Master, but Lowlight is playing around the Windwalk. Doesn't have the biggest duration on level 1. Should expire, did expire. Shadow Hunter is creeping the shop on the right-hand side. That gives him some vision on that lane, just as Lowlight has on the left-hand side. And the Demon Hunter is a little bit of a caretaker of this blade. Can't be in time for the big turtle. So we do get this consumable and the XP and level 3. That was nice.
These consumables can make a big difference. Night of loves to get heal potions especially. Of course, the Scroll of the Beast is terrible. That will be sold to get more scrolls and invols and stuff. Shadowrunner this time, though, creeping better than last map. 2.5 already. This should be a fast level.
Whoa, the block! The blade just dies! I know how hard this Ogre Lord can be. What a disaster. Only level 1, of course, but what a chat move by Lowlight, using the Wisp here, luring the Blade Master into a precarious situation and then punishes it. Good XP boost for Beastmaster and Demon Hunter alike. Well done. That was one for the highlight reels.
Yeah, Ice Orc here fumbling a bit. Blade Master didn't need to die. But yeah, since he was only level 1, it's not that painful, but it certainly does slow down his progress once again. This blade, you know, we saw him look pretty good with the levels last map, level 5 with the crit and the mirror images. Not sure if he's gonna get there this game.
At least he gets the red spot and has level 3 on the SH, but red spot also for Lowlight. Still not ready yet as he's working on the master talents. He might be down in supply by like 15 or something, but once the talent master is done, the second engine of wind is freed up for production, and talents produce rather quickly, unlike their upgrades. Warsong battle drums for the Orc. He knows that rhythm. Everything is healed up again. Blade Master getting level 2, and Lowlight on the other side, hoping for a Katga's pipe, but he got the claw plus 12, not too bad either.
Yeah, I think that's, in fact, pretty good. He's gonna have to rely on his heroes almost exclusively to be doing all the damage here, and more damage on them is pretty good. And creeping continues. I always tend to think in this matchup that more creeping is better for the Night Elf, because it always can make use of their heroes, where especially the Blade Master will be spinning up in the air for the longest time. Ice Orc, though, feeling strong right now for good reason with the Shadowrunner, pushing across the map, looking for a fight. He's got an expansion coming behind.
Alrighty. Lowlight portaling home. I'm not too sure if that was all of the army. Is there? Okay, there's just an Engine of War in the middle. I was worried for a second. But with that, you don't want to fight a Night Elf in his own base with all the Moonwelts. So we're moving back a little. Work on an Orc expansion on the head of the turtle. Not bad. And now it's time for Cyclone, but very little.
Mana on the Walker is also very relevant here. Demon Hunter leading the charge, and there's lots of Dispel. Plenty of disenchants to work against it.
Beastmaster level 2 under attack. Closing in on level 3. Can he get the Grunt? Or the 2 Grunts would be a big XP boost, but can't connect. Nicely retreating by Ice Orc into the safety of the Snake Pit. And not even the little robots can reach because they were sniped before. I like that execution, Ice Orc. More talents in the main were held back. Potion on the Demon Hunter, big damage of course, but did Lowlight scout the expansion upright?
He's got a Wisp close by, but I guess he's seeing it now. But it's scary right now for Lowlight. He doesn't have a TP, doesn't have an invul, he doesn't have a guaranteed save for his important heroes.
Thank you, Buttcrumbs, for another gifted sub. 800, the big 8. Thank you very much for that, man. Blademaster, wait, he's trapped. He has an invul potion. Town portal now, so expensive. If Lowlight keeps the block up, and he absolutely does. Oh man, this was, yeah, you said it's scary for Lowlight. That turned out to be very scary for Ice Orc.
Alright, TP up, but Brandon Knight of Expansion took out the Wisp, bought time for the expansion himself. So this was a very successful excursion for Lowlight, for Ice Orc, excuse me. Question is, what is Lowlight's next move gonna be? He's got a strong army, 50 supply. He's got decent items, not completely insane, but what he doesn't have is an expansion of his own. So once again, it seems like Lowlight will have to be the next one making the big move.
We have the 50 food up, we got the expansion at the tail of the turtle, and we have a little bit of a push. Heal scroll on both sides. Lowlight giving the claws to the Tinker. That's an interesting move. I guess he wants more sustainability on the Demon Hunter and equips him with the 2 potions. Invul potion up as well. And that is quite a big push, but Ice Orc interfering with this. Oh, fairy position above the trees. This could be big. Cyclone to save this Talon. That's the first Dispel. 5 Dispels against 12 Cyclones. Could work out potentially, and the Talons make their way into the peon line. Aye aye. They are easy to snipe, especially with the Quilbies blocking the door.
Oftentimes here, we would expect a Knight of Expansion. Ah yeah, it is coming. Didn't see it for a moment there. Lowlight now buying time for his own second base. Did some peon damage already. But can he win the fight? Supply-wise, Lowlight seems to be favored right now.
Oh. Can he clobber this down? The Talons, of course, very, very fragile. 3 heroes up top. At the moment, no more damage towards the Great Hall. Has to take the fight. That's the first out of 2 heal potions. Level 4. So much evasion now, thanks to that passive. Level 3 on the Blademaster as well. Maybe he can cancel it out with Critical Strike. That's also his skill build. Demon Hunter forced into a second potion in a second. There we have it. But the supply numbers are even, and that's oftentimes good for the Night Elf. Spirit Link reapplied, no dispel of course, Blademaster in the middle of it all! Oh no, he has nothing to save himself, not the heal wave either! And the blade falls for the second time, this time way more crucial as it's not level 1 anymore. There's the staff ready for that Demon Hunter. And the Talons are in such a great position, the Raiders can never really connect. And the Demon Hunter can just staff back in with a new potion.
Yeah, the positioning was everything there. Beautiful play by Lowlight. Having the heroes in front, blocking for the Talons, having a great exchange at the start of the fight. And now as so often, everything for the Orc is low. The Serpent Wards did a good job, but now they'll be getting taken out.
And I guess this also goes for the Great Hall. And then all of a sudden, we have a 2 versus 1 base lead for the Night Elf. Heal scrolls will be ready in a second, up for grabs, but Ice Orc, can you even afford that? You need to rebuild your entire army, you need to Tavern revive that blade. And only 1 Dispel left against 8 Cyclones. LawLiet inches away from the second round of Ascension.
Yeah, everything now looking wonderful for him. I think the Shadowhunter has to be the one to carry it home. He's looking strong. He's level 4. Give him some mana potions, maybe if you can afford it. I've seen crazy comebacks with level 5 Shadowhunter before in this matchup. Level 3 Serpent Wards can win you fights if you do it well. But that level needs to be reached first.
This position a lot more open. Raiders can do more damage. Maybe a bit overzealous by LawLiet, but the Walkers, man, they're so hurt. Every time they cast a Dispel or cast Spirit Link, they get hurt by the fairies. Wonderful position once again. Raiders are falling quickly against the other heroes too. needs to hope for crits, needs to hope for the level 5 Shadow, but how to reach that against this Night Elf mass?
Yeah, Lowlight now really playing this very well. He also got the next level 3 hero. We get to see the rockets again, perhaps again in a celebratory manner, because Lowlight is about to 2-0 here. At this point, there's no getting around it anymore.
Oh man, poor Ice Orc. A grand performance in the group stage today. No chance against a revigorated LawLiet, who played this very dominantly. Even when he was down a base, he knew exactly what his win condition was, bought the time, positioned a bit better, clearly outplayed Ice Orc on Twisted as well. So Ice Orc, man, he's facing elimination just like his burrows without reinforced defenses. One last hurrah maybe. Shadowhunter. Almost surrounded there. Everything is so hurt. 156 crits. I don't think that's enough. The Blade Master is of course exposed thanks to Fairy Fire and also pretty fragile. Lowlight can just take this home from here on out.
Beastmaster level 4. Lowlight has all the levels he needs. Demon Hunter still protected with the Invo Potion. Right now the talent count is very low. Ice Orc can find kills, but Lowlight can reproduce over and over and over. He's even got a new expansion coming up, and Lowlight is keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Level 5, and the Blade Master is just 2 swipes away from getting killed. Demon Hunter can do whatever he wants. He's diving into that Orc base. We once again have Immolation. Even if it's only level 1, it's still a good spell. The Tinker comes back with a new heal potion so he can tank the world. Summons all over. GG. Ice Orc eliminated. LawLiet can finally play up to his potential and gets a rematch versus